Hey there, boys and girls. I'm going to take you on a little tour of this ship, and we're going to start with Deck 3. Some things get my attention out of nowhere, and if you see a squirrel, that's exactly what happened. We're going to start at the fore end of the ship, and I really like this sculpture. I thought that was really quite remarkable. I've seen that on the other sister ship we were on. And here we're going to head into the casino. It's not my favorite place, but it's my wife's favorite place. And I wish Holland America would get the clue that smoking doesn't belong anywhere inside the ship, because it spews out all over the ship. How about if we let people poison themselves outside? That'd be lovely. And then, of course, you get to the shops. And on Deck 3, the shops are primarily clothing and accessories. And here's this pathetic little non-smoking section of the casino. And more shops. Lots of shops here. And downstairs is the B.B. King Blues Club. Also Lincoln Center. Depends on what day it is. And these light fixtures, I think, are just particularly enjoyable. Let's mosey right along here. They have this really cool 3D Helix sculpture that goes between decks 2 and 3. I gotta say, I do like the art on this ship. Well, how about some handbags? Got a lot of shopping on this ship, but no convenience store. I think that would be a nice thing to have for little necessities. Moving right along. Restrooms are important to note. You need to know where those are. Get your reference points. Let's speed up here. Let's show you the outside deck on 3. This is the 360-degree walking deck. 3 laps, 1 mile. We spent a fair amount of time out here. And really, people, let's all go counterclockwise. How about that? That would be terrific. Heading in this direction, this extension out into the deck is the dining area for the Dutch Cafe. And pretty much the middle of the ship. Even at 5 in the morning, there's always somebody working. It's so light because this is in Scandinavia during the summer when we had maybe 3 or 4 hours of darkness, if you want to call it darkness. This door requires you to push a button to get into it. I kind of like that myself. That's where the button is. And back to Deck 3. So here is the Dutch Cafe. Nice place to get coffee, pastries, goodies, hang out here on the deck or here. The atrium. I just love this fixture. 3 stories of stainless steel or chrome, whichever it is, and beautiful blue lighting. They did a really nice job on this. And all the way at the bottom, on Deck 1, is the art gallery. You're going to see a little bit of that as we go through in a while. Here's your Dutch Cafe. And here's that section that goes out onto the deck. So if you want a view when you're having coffee, this is a good place. How about if we just zip on through here? And elevators. I'll always make a note of where the elevators and the bathrooms are. This is a photography display. They call it the Wonder Photo Shop. Of course, they want to sell you photos of yourself getting on and off the ship and walking around in the evenings. If you want those things, this is where you go. Restrooms, access to Deck 3, outside, and this is the main dining room on Deck 3. This is reserved seating, so if you want to just show up for any time seating, go downstairs to 2, not here. Here's another one of these 3D two-story sculptures, which is pretty interesting. I love the light fixtures in this dining room. I think they're just absolutely clever. Here's one. Hang on tight. We're going to go for a little spin here. There you go. I thought I'd see how that worked out, and I kind of like the results. Let's just mosey through the dining room, shall we? Exquisite architecture in this dining room. I like it a lot. Let's just zip on through here down to the end. Ooh, that was fun. Got my attention also. Wine storage all over the ship. Various really interesting designs. They're all different, but there's a bunch of wine on this ship. So if you drink wine, you're unlikely to have a problem finding it. And at the aft end of the ship, we get to see where we've been. At this particular point, we were heading to Sweden. Here's a close-up of this wine storage on the upstairs, deck 3 of the dining room. Here's some nautical lessons for today. The front of the ship is the bow or the fore. Back of the ship is aft. Left is port. Right is starboard. These are important things to know when you're on a ship. We like the starboard side as a rule. And we usually wind up at one end of the ship or the other. Just going to speed up through here and head downstairs to the dining room on deck 2. I just think this whole design is exquisite. They did a really nice job on this dining area. Those are the stairs we just came down. Let's look up. And we're going to head on out into deck 2. Show you around that level. A lot of musical themed art on this ship. These are a bunch of symbols put together in a 3D sculpture. All the floors, decks on the ship have musically themed names. So to remember port and starboard, it's really easy. Port has 4 letters, so does left. Therefore, the left of the ship, when you're facing towards the bow, is port. Look at that, more musical art. More wine storage. This is for Club Orange. So they have a food-themed frosted glass exterior. And if you're special and you're part of Club Orange, then you get to use this. We're going to just zip past it here. They have this little area called Blend for wine tasting. If you like wine, which I guess a lot of people do because they have a bunch of wine on this ship. Okay, over here we have the piano bar, which is the end of this great little ocean bar area. It's a good place to hang out for cocktails before dinner or after dinner, or whenever you just want to hang out and read. More musically themed art, very clever actually. And of course, if you like meat, there's Rudy's. We're skipping past that, I'm a vegetarian. Here we're back to deck 3. So, going around the atrium. Future Cruises is off to the right here. Guest Services is right here. And we'll just speed up around here and head back over to, that's right, here it is again, the Dutch Cafe. We're back. So now we're going to scoot on past all of this. I just love this atrium. You can tell because I'll show it to you a lot. It is the middle of the ship, of course. We're bound to run into it a few times. Let's go down to deck 1. This is where the meeting rooms are. The Hudson room and the Half Moon room are one big room. There's a divider in the center here, so they can close that off. Right now it's set up for church services from the looks of it at the other end. More musical art. I love the bird with the musical notes. I think that's just genius. And then over at this end, the Stuyvesant room. Looks like it's set up for, I'm pretty sure it's Friends of Bill. I imagine you know what that is. I don't need to explain it, but that's what it looks like to me. More musical art. Incredible amount of musical art on the ship. And here's the art gallery. So this is the bottom of the atrium, center of the ship. Here we are back at the elevators, so let's go back up to deck 2. That was deck 1. Here's the oyster bar. And I just thought this fixture was very clever. Here we are right in the middle of the atrium. There's the art gallery. Okay, the Pinnacle Grill. This is deck 2. One of the specialty restaurants. Very pretty inside, big red doors. This is what it looks like inside. And more clever see-through wine storage. No shortage of wine, but I can only get Guinness in the dining room. None of the bars had it. Go figure. So what I noticed here from this angle was this wonderful sculpture, this lighted sculpture down at the bottom in the middle of the atrium. You can't really see it from up above. More music-themed decor everywhere you look, pretty much. Looks like an opera house. Moving right along. So the shops on this level are predominantly jewelry, fragrances, little watches, lots of watches, and of course, no shortage of Effie jewelry. And this is the B.B. King Blues Club and Lincoln Center. I like the wavy walls, and I really like the wavy lighting in the ceiling. Thought that was very clever. Matches the wall. This is where the action is at night. Out of all the musical venues, this gets the most activity. The dance floor was packed every single night. Here's the other part of that 2-story Helix sculpture. So this is definitely the place to be at night. Unlike the sister ship we were on, where the Rolling Stone section was where everybody was dancing, that was not the case on this ship. That dance floor was always open. This one was always packed. So let's zip on down that way. I'll show you the other musical venues. On the right is Rolling Stone. On the left is Billboard Onboard. That's the dueling pianos. When the pianos are playing, they pump the sound in over to Rolling Stone as well. So wherever you are in this area, you can hear them, provided that you want to. Not really wild about the dueling pianos thing. I liked having a single really exceptional pianist entertainer on the ship, which we had on one of the Holland America cruises, and it was quite remarkable. This is the liquor tasting area. It's called Notes. And we're going to skate right on through here head back to this little area called the studio. It's a room they use for a number of things, and at the moment it looks like it's painting. It was the Microsoft studio, but they changed the name, I guess. So the world stage is the big theater. And it's down this way. This is how you get to the lower level. It's like a cave. And that's what it looks like from the lower level. But on the upper level, on deck 3, this is what it looks like. So that's the end of our crawl, kids. Hope you like it. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.